When Adam Lowry and Eric Ryan, friends since high school, got tired of mundane-looking cleaning products that were bad for the environment, they had a decision to make: live with them, like everyone else, or try to create an entirely new line of eco-friendly cleaning products, even if that meant competing against large, powerful, and established corporations.
We knew when we started this business that we weren't going up against one Goliath player, we were actually going up against 7 Goliath players who arguably had a 100-year head start on us. So reinventing soap is no easy task. It's a very basic product, and our only chance of success was to bring a lot of differentiation. So this tiny little bottle does 50 loads of laundry, which would be the equivalent to a very large jug. And essentially, it's not only the world's most efficient laundry detergent, but it's also the world's greenest laundry detergent.
Managers make important decisions all the time, and some of those decisions require looking at costs in unusual ways. For Adam and Eric, their first was to decide whether to build a factory themselves, outsource completely, or, because of their unique needs, outsource in a way that gave them a degree of control. Which of these methods would cost more? Which would be more environmentally friendly? Like many managers, they followed 4 basic steps in their decision-making process. They identified a basic challenge. How would they manufacture Method soap? They evaluated their options: open a factory, completely outsource production, or outsource production and retain some control. Weighing all the costs and benefits, they made a decision. And after all the numbers started to roll in, they reviewed the results of that decision to make sure they'd made the right choice. The process used to identify the financial data that change under alternative courses of action is called incremental analysis. To make their decision, Method's management analyzed quantitative factors, measurable factors such as costs that will change depending on which alternative course of action is chosen. There was a major benefit to opening their own factory. Method would have complete control over its production, but they would have to buy or lease a large building, purchase tons of equipment, and employ a huge staff.
Building a manufacturing infrastructure is really expensive, and it burdens your business with a lot of fixed cost.
As entrepreneurs, you're going up against companies with incredible economies of scale. It's really, really hard to go in at that same cost structure.
By outsourcing, they'd share these costs with all the other clients of the vendor with whom they did business.
Contract manufacturers are built for scale and can run them more efficiently than we would if we scaled our own line for a smaller business.
So, from a purely quantitative perspective, it made the most sense for Eric and Adam to outsource production of their soaps to an outside party. But costs aren't the only consideration for managers at a company. Method had to also consider qualitative factors, those considerations which are hard to measure but still important in making decisions. Their main mission, to make soap that's easier to use, more attractive to display, and better for the environment, sets them apart from other cleaning products. The size of their company also sets them apart from their competition, and to that end, a large, expensive factory might hinder them strategically.
And as the little guy in our category, we need to be very quick to market and very flexible so that we can be innovative. It's how we compete.
Another consideration, of course, was the environment. To stay green, they need lots of control over their production methods, exactly the kind of control they'd be giving up using an outside factory. Ultimately, they chose to outsource the manufacturing of their products, but only with vendors that shared their concerns for ecological production methods.
We have a program called Green Sourcing, and what that program's about is working with our contract manufacturers and our suppliers to get greener together. And the reason we do that is the footprint of our manufacturing business is actually the footprint of our suppliers and vendors.
But executing a plan is not always as simple as it might seem. In the case of one manufacturer, for example, Method offered to install solar panels on the roof of the factory to power the forklifts.
But because we didn't own that facility, and actually our vendor didn't own that facility, they leased the building, we had to get very creative in how we did the solar installation. So We installed the solar on top of a decommissioned tractor trailer and parked it on the side of the building and ran the wires in the side door.
There are many qualitative factors that are important to Adam and Eric and their loyal customer base, which compete with quantitative factors when making decisions.
They include things like what are the carbon footprint of the products that we're using, and then on the social side there's issues of where do we manufacture this product? Are people being paid a living wage? There's 4 primary factors that we use to choose our contract manufacturers and all of the suppliers we use, which are cost, service, quality, and sustainability.
Even though Method's environmentally friendly manufacturing choices cost more up front, in the long term they usually save money on day-to-day operating costs associated with using those technologies.
So we have a fleet of 8 semi-trailers, 53-foot trailers that run exclusively off of waste vegetable oil biodiesel. But now they're the cheapest trucks in our fleet because they get 30 to 50% better mileage than any other truck.
Adam Lowry and Eric Ryan are on a mission to change the way we clean. And by making great, informed decisions that weigh different options based on how they impact profit, costs, and intangibles like brand identity, they keep Method soaps cleaning up at the cash register and in the environment.